If there was one thing you could change, whether it be policy, physical infrastructure, programming, that would make your job easier in terms of being an employer in the city of Detroit, what would it be?
You know, my gut tells me that if we had a better mass transit system, that would fix a lot of the problems that, or it would help me address a lot of the objections that I hear when I'm trying to recruit somebody to come work at Marketing Associates. Objections that address the cost of commuting, the time associated with the commute, i.e. the wasted time that you spend sitting in your car going back and forth, and that really sort of address, you know, the fundamental structure of our community, right? Most of the people live outside the center of the city. And so there's a lot of folks who live out in Plymouth and Northville and Bloomfield Hills and Birmingham and Livonia and Farmington Hills that probably would be more than happy to come work downtown if there was an easy way for them to get back and forth to their houses. And the reality is there's a lot of folks that live out in those outlying suburbs. We have to make it easy for them to get from their homes to work in the near term. In the long term, we obviously need to create an infrastructure. I think this is probably the bigger issue than just, you know, commuting infrastructure. We need to create an infrastructure where people will live in the city of Detroit. Folks who will want to work in the city, live in the city, and be part of the community that exists within the city of Detroit, so that the commute goes from a 45-minute drive or 30-minute train ride to a 5-minute walk. And hopefully we can help make that happen. And that's a much bigger issue than addressing, you know, commuting and mass transit. That's an issue of business attraction, you know, talent attraction and talent retention, and not just from a region perspective, but from a city center perspective.